But we are realizing the impact of climate change, and I think the recent floods and the change in the rainfall pattern, what we are seeing. See, whenever I go to the districts and interact with the farmers, see, the rainfall season has changed. So the whole cropping pattern is affected because of that. So all this is happening due to climate change. How we make ourselves climate resilient, not only us, our crops and our lifestyle climate resilient is very important. And in this context, this meet and this action and this strategy and action plan for climate change and water risk is in the greening Chennai in the Greater Chennai Corporation a couple of years back, and we have recommended planting of 1 million trees in Chennai over a period of 5 years, so that you can increase the green cover by 6%. So and we have also identified where you can plant, which streets, which roads, which park areas, all individually. Each area has been identified and described in that, and we submitted this report to GCC, and GCC is taking action to revive some of the parks, and also they are doing planting, even though it is not up to our expectation. Still, I think we need more intensive drive for greening Chennai. And as a follow-up of that, I think we have come to water, and Kerala is celebrating it is in silver jubilee year. This is we will be completing 25 years in 2024, and it is in these 25 years of Kerala, we have done number of activities starting from Pallikarnai Marsh, and we were involved from the day one in Pallikarnai Marsh, and I was also part as a director of environment. I have also took part in that meeting, I can proudly say, and at that time it was classified as a wasteland. So I said, first thing to be done is to convert this wasteland into a water body of a marsh. And if it is a wasteland, people will always throw garbage in that. So from Pallikarnai, we have moved to more than a dozen water bodies we have restored. And these water bodies, we have increased the capacity by almost 10 million cubic feet of water. See, it has been quantified also how much water we have added to the, and not only that, one of the important, I think Mr. Jude Shaker will both say that, and one of the water bodies which we, Tharambur, which we restored, where he lives close by, it has been restored to that extent, it was done about 3 years back, and it has restored to that extent that the whole water is now brimming with water, the entire lake. And not only that, we also did plant about 2,000 trees. All of them have become trees now, what we planted 3 years back. So it is indeed a great pleasure to see such kind of increase, and it has never dries up. He used to say previously, it will be there only for 3 months. Now throughout the year water is there. So that is the kind of restoration, eco-restoration we are trying to do in other places as well. And it is one of the Kerala study also reveals that how the built-up area has increased over the years in Chennai, and water bodies have shrunk. So from 1981 to 2001, it is about a built-up area has increased by 47 to 402 square kilometer rather. Whereas water bodies have shrunk from 186 to 71. So that means all these water bodies have been built up, mostly. So if you
blessed with so much of water bodies, how to reclaim it, how to safeguard it is what we have to think about. And I am very thankful to the Care Earth and NatWest group for putting up a path-breaking research findings, and also that we will be able to address it, and we can tell the government or even the planning agencies, and you are all part of many agencies also, and whenever it is possible we will also tell them also. But we have been doing many awareness campaigns campaigns, and regarding the bird sanctuary இருக்குமே அங்க வேடந்தாங்கல், I don't know how many ever times Pasumai Thayagan have threatened and given arikays through thing, because we don't want any factories around it, because the
முதல்ல இந்த நீர்நிலைகள் சரி செய்கிற விஷயம் அதனால் நல்லா நடக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நன்றி.
தேங்க்யூ. அவங்க ரொம்ப நேரமாக வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க மைக்கோட. ஸோ ப்ளீஸ். எஸ்.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Reshma, and I've come all the way from the adjacent state, Kerala. I come from an organization called Save Wetlands International Movement, and first and foremost, I'd like to thank Dr. Jayashree for all the help that you have given towards the Ramsar in Kerala. So she supported us a lot in the process of declaration of a Ramsar site in Kerala. Anyway, my question right now, very much I heard, even though I stepped in just between the lecture, I heard Ms. Anjana speak about the document that she has and the team fruitfully created in order for the state to implement and fructify. My question was that I have just stepped into Tamil Nadu yesterday, right? And today she mentioned the population over here, and also Dr. Soumya mentioned about the population in Chennai specifically being equivalent to somewhere in Belgium or Poland, say. So my first question is, have you in your plan devised a strategy for groundwater recharging? Because what I noticed is with this amount of population flushing every day morning at the rate of 100, and water that can be actually recirculated to the tank itself wherever a provision is possible, for the reflushing mechanism at least to be used in their toilets itself, so that no more expenditure comes in way for bringing more fresh water that can be used for much more better causes. That's one thing. So I'd like to know if in your plan there is a structured methodology or an idea to one, groundwater recharge, and second, recirculation of water through a reflushing methodology, maybe, at least for the toilet waters. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Tamil Nadu. So groundwater recharge is something again that we've been working on for quite a while, and one thing that we've raised in the report as well is that the peri-urban areas of Chennai are facing, there used to be an informal water market where a lot of groundwater abstraction actually happens from peri-urban Chennai to supply to urban Chennai. So that is something that we have raised in the report. Regarding the reuse and recycling of water, in the workshop, I remember IIT was present in our consultative workshop, and they spoke about how they are using nature-based solutions in their campus to make it a circular water treatment. We're also part of the Netherlands consortium called City of 1,000 Tanks, which was recently inaugurated, and which reuses all the water from the Little Flower Convent to completely sustain their garden. So these are definitely initiatives that we're already part of, but yes, it has also been raised in the report. And we're also trying to mainstream these concepts as we go forward. Is nature-based solutions, unfortunately, is not yet popular. It's not taking up. It doesn't look like a lot of effort has gone into it on the face value. So we are trying to push for more projects that implement this, and hopefully that's something that we can do in the near future. If anyone else has any interventions to make from the sir.
You and the Carrot for bringing out such a fantastic report. So being part of the report of the government mechanism for the last some few years, I found that the strength of the report is suggestions to your next steps is to speak to the regulator, speak to the implementer, and speak to the judiciary. So these three people need to know about this report and your comprehensive findings. One is the municipal administration water supply department, which implements close to 30,000 crore worth of projects every year in Tamil Nadu. Especially bulk of it goes to Chennai. So thing which I'm good that the local people have opposed it. So therefore the findings can reach the municipal administration water supply department. Second, as you know, the CMDA is preparing the third master plan, which is going to live up to 2049. So that document also doing a lot of public consultation, but I am not sure that kind of the extent of which they are doing it. The third part of the master plan, third master plan, they are also doing a comprehensive master plan for flood control. So probably this.
One small intervention before this thing. We actually had consultative interviews with CMDA, Pollution Control Board and Metro Water. So their suggestions and perspectives have also been factored in. But yes, you're right. We will try to approach to more formalize and integrate it as part of the master plan. I think.
I think it's very important. Very often, the people who are going to be most affected by climate change are not consulted. It's become a very elitist thing, sir. Like all of us are here, we're talking about it. But you know, even small things like a change in the temperature, if it goes beyond 35 degrees, our basic bodily functions will get affected. You know, so how are the poorest of the poor going to combat with that heat? You know, and especially in the hotter regions of India, things like that. So I think for this, your biggest strength is that you've done that consultation. My suggestion is, one, please, we need to put figures, actual figures of what it's going to cost us to do things and what it's going to cost us if we don't do things. You know, what is going to be the impact on a community if we don't restore a lake? What is the, we need to do those kind of studies also and then extrapolate. We can't do it in too much detail, but because people understand the language of money. Now that I work for a bank, I understand it a little more. Numbers, when you go to a stakeholder, you say, sir, this is what it's going to cost you to to mitigate the risk, and this is what it's going to cost you once the risk has occurred and you have to repair damage, you know. So that's very important. And my other suggestion is that we, a year later or something, we take stock of what has happened with this plan. You know, so we are also accountable. I put myself in that accountability as much as everybody else, sir, on this dais, ma'am. All of us should take stock, because I think the time of, we are acting, but you know, we need to get more players in. So the money part will be important in that. And you know, we've done that. I know we've done climate finance, but which line departments already have money available? Like Dr. Murli said, yeah. Yes, exactly, like Dr. Murli said. And where are the gaps again? And also the accounting for the climate risk in terms of money with water. So that would be, and then handing over to Dr. Jayashree to make the final points.
Yeah, thank you so much, and most grateful that all of you came here and gave us the much needed support. My name is Jayashree Venkatesan. I work for Care Earth as the managing trustee. In fact, I would say these are my last takeover. I am very happy that they're doing very well. A couple of points that I wanted to highlight. I'll do it bilingual, Tamil and English. The document present பண்ணச்ச ரிலீஸ் பண்ணச்ச மேடம் டாக்டர் கிருஷ்ணகுமாரும் ஒரு அவுட்டர் கவர் இருந்துச்சு, அதுக்கப்புறம் உள்ள இன்னொரு புக் இருந்துச்சு. அஞ்சனா, இஃப் யூ குட் ஸ்டாண்ட் அப் அண்ட் ஷோ இட். ஸோ நார்மலி புக் ரிலீஸில் இது மாதிரி 2 கவர் இருக்காது. நான் டெலிபரேட்டாக தான் இப்படி பண்ணேன். இது பண்ணதுக்கு காரணம் என்னென்னா, அது ஒரு ஃபோல்டர். இந்த ஃபோல்டரில் ஒரு புக் இருக்குது, அதோடு நிற்க போகிறதில்ல இந்த ஒர்க்குன்னு ஹைலைட் பண்ண, சிம்பாலிக்காக சொல்கிறதுக்கு தான் அதை நான் போடணும். மிச்ச புக்கெல்லாமல் நாங்கள்லாம் போட போகிறோமானா கிடையாது. We not certainly planning to do that. I want each one of you here, because we've been associated with every one of you here for many years. Arul from Pasumai Thayagam, I first met him in 2002. If he remembers or not, I don't know. But 2002, yeah. Vetri, of course, many years. Poolagin Nanbargal. Each one sitting in this room, long years of association, and we've stayed together. Difference of opinion irkalam, different kinds of work irkalam. Criticize பண்ணலாம், but the respect for each other is long standing. Supriya, I've had the pleasure, I'll call you Supriya now because I'm going to use your past identity. I've known her as a student, an enthusiastic, bright, very vibrant student of Professor Priya Davida. That is how I've known her. So let's pool our heads together, our resources together, work together and fill up that folder so that we can mainstream this entire document into the government. As everybody rightly pointed out, unless the government accepts, NGO work is not going to scale up. நம்ம மிஞ்சி போனால் ஒரு ஹேம்லெட்லேருந்து பக்கத்து ஹேம்லெட்டுக்கு தான் என்ஜிஓ பண்ண முடியும். அதுக்கு மேலே பண்ண முடியாது. We don't have funds. We don't have it. And now, these days, it's become extremely difficult to run an NGO. கார்பரேட்டை விட 10-12 பங்கு அதிகமாக கம்ப்ளைன்ஸ் பண்ண வேண்டியிருக்கு. அடிக்கடி எங்களை இன்வெஸ்டிகேட் பண்ண வராங்க. நேஷனுக்கு நீங்கள் என்ன கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணீங்கன்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஒன்றும் பண்ணலைன்னு சொல்ல முடியல, பண்ணணும்னு சொல்ல முடியல. ஒரு மாதிரி பண்ணியாக ஒரு சுச்சுவேஷன் உட்காந்துருக்கோம். அதில் ரொம்ப தமாஷ் என்னென்னா வந்து கேட்குற ஆஃபீஸரை ட்ரெயின் பண்ணதே நாங்களாக தான் இருக்கோம். அவங்க கடைசியில் இன்டர்வியூ ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டு சொல்லுவாங்க, மேம் நாங்கள் உங்கள் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தான். அதுக்கும் சரின்னு சொல்ல வேண்டியிருக்கோம். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சுச்சுவேஷனில் அன்லஸ் வி பூல், we work together, we collaborate. நிறைய வருஷமாக சொன்னது தான். பட் the need is more urgent now. Oh, Sumana is here. I've known her as a kid. So all of us should work together, and that would be my request, my earnest appeal. Anything that we can do in terms of data backstopping, please feel free to reach us. And if any of you need copies, electronic versions of this, please leave your mail ID with my colleagues Sudarmati or Kavita, two bright young girls. We'll reach it out to you. Thank you.